grips you. Eh?
Yeah, it's something that needs to change. Police ni rafiki.
Why can't you see cops as your friends?
Wajua training wanapiga peleka pale Kiganjo.
Yes.
You should notice police wote wanaongea the same.
Ati wanaongea the same.
Wanaongea the same.
Wanakuanga na language class. Rajini. Toa kitambulisho. Nasema nakwenda wapi wewe?
Yeah, that training,
yes.
Sijui hiyo ndio watahave kubadilisha kidogo.
Where does this fear come from? Because when you see a police officer, aren't you supposed to feel safe? Aren't you supposed to feel protected?
Yes.
In fact, you should be feeling happy. Kuna polisi around.
Yes.
Ama kule tunaishi police post iko hapo tu chini.
Yes.
Unafaa kuwa na ile furaha. But you go around asking. In fact, we even asked our producer here. He says he cannot akiona karawa na geuka. Not because he's done anything.
Yes.
But if he sees a cop, he'll turn the opposite direction.
Utumishi kwa wote. Unajua hata ukiwa huna fare unafaa kusimamisha gari ya polisi.
Yes. I know. I know. Even if you are high, you parked your car nje ya club hapo hivyo. Na unajua uwezi peleka hiyo, you can ask a police officer, ni aje munaweza ni drop nyumbani.
Juu umelewa.
Umelewa.
You have jokes.
Sina pesa ya Uber. Nimemaliza yote huko ndani. Sasa nisaidieni nimuliangushe hapo hivyo.
Juu ni utumishi kwa wote.
Ni utumishi kwa wote. Mimi afza nimekunywa. Nataka tu nyumbani.
Hebu jaribu.
Why do you fear police officers? Kenyans, I need to understand, where does that fear come from? And do you feel safe around a police officer? When you see one, do you feel safe? Do you feel protected? So what I want to find out this morning, why don't you give me a call, 0711 046 105? Because like Kingangi says, we have to change. This has to change. Whenever you see an officer, you should be happy.
Polisi anafaa kuwa rafiki.
Yes. Talk to us. You can also find me on X at Mike Mondo1 at Classic 105 Kenya. The hashtag Mike and Kingangi. Our morning conversation today, and it's all about our police service. And something that I'm noticing a lot with a lot of Kenyans. That mukiona karau sijui hiyo njeve munaingia minatokanga wapi. You're just scared for no reason. And there's something Mwalimu said that's very true. Polisi ni rafiki. Anafaa kuwa rafiki. In fact, when you see, you see your friend, you smile from cheek to cheek. Kisema, karibu Mwalimu, karibu. But in Kenya, we have such a distinct fear of the police service that I can tell you for a fact, there are people on the roads right now, when you see a traffic police officer, you just panic for no reason. Na si ati umefanya makosa.
Sijui kama usha notice siku ile insurance ya gari imeisha ndio siku hiyo utashikwa. Sijui nao hiyo inatokaga. Ile siku itaisha.
Ndio anakuona.
Ndio utasikia kwa kioo tatata.
Sema ofisa. Uambiwe hapo sasa, hey insurance, si unajua makosa yako. Why do we have that fear? It's what I want to find out this morning. And do you feel safe around police officers? I'd love to hear your stories. Me, I was once kitambo nikiishi Nairobi West.
Yes.
If you know an estate called Miller Estate.
Yes.
I used to live there. And there was one time I was coming from the Nairobi West Shopping Center, walking towards Miller Estate.
Yes.
On my Mahi Road.
Yes.
On Nairobi West. Iko van ya polisi niliona ilikuja kwanza ilinipita the opposite direction, ikageuka. Alafu this was in the middle of the night, like at 11:30 going to midnight. Iligeuka huko chini, nikaona inakuja papa ikanipata kwa gate ya estate.
Yes.
While we were there, nikaambiwa tu kijana, iko ID unatembea usiku, wewe ni mkora.
Jangili.
Hebu toa ID hapo tuone unaitwa nani? Mbona unatembea usiku peke yako? And that situation for me, I remember I wasn't arrested or anything,
Yeah.
but that situation for me was just a little bit scary. But they were doing their job. They were protecting. There was a random man walking on the streets by themselves. Barabara iko empty.
Yes.
Huyu ni nani anafanya nini usiku? Personally, I don't fear police.
You love police.
Mi nikiona karau kwanza najua hapa mambo sawa. Cleophas Kang'ethe, you're saying that ukiona karau anaweza kuwekelea makosa. That is why we fear them. Why? Oscar General, you're saying Kenyans hate cops, hate the cops. Recent incident where police were involved in an accident, Kenyans refused to help them. It's the way they treat Kenyans. What are you talking about? Do you feel safe around police officers is what I'm asking this morning. Hit me up 0711 046 105. Talk to me. Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Maina.
Talk to me. It's Mike Mondo.
Oh, it's Mike.
Yes.
Oh, when you see police, my friend, you see when a policeman looks at you,
Yes.
he looks for your problems.
He looks for your problems.
He looks for an offense in you.
Hey.
He's looking at how much can I make from this guy.
Uh-huh.
You see a traffic policeman sees your vehicle, he goes straight to your wheels to see if there is anything he can pick.
But
Comes to insurance.
sio ni kazi yake anachunguza.
Si kazi yake kuchunguza.
Ni kazi ya nani?
Kazi yake ni kusaidia wananchi kwa barabara. He is not there to investigate, and if he gets you, then that's an offense. It's okay. But you see, a policeman will not stop you for any other thing. He'll only stop you for that corruption money, looking for money, nothing else.
Okay.
You know, Mike.
Yes.
It's reached a time where we don't need policemen in this country.
Aye.
Yeah, we just allow everyone to venture for himself, because somebody steals from you, you go to a police station, there's nothing, no investigations. Instead of investigating, there's a case, you see, a phone is stolen. You go there, they track your phone, they go take money from the other guy, they take the phone. It's all rubbish. That's why I'm telling you, we don't need police in this country.
Okay.
That needs to be on our own. Give us guns, we protect ourselves.
So, thank you. Classic 105. Hello.
Good morning, Mike.
Yes, good morning.
Salimia Kenyani.
Msalimika.
There is a tradition in our police industry. Yenye akikuona anaona pesa. The only way ya kupata hiyo pesa ni kukushika. So hata kama una makosa atakutafutia hiyo makosa mpaka akuwe na hiyo makosa.
Okay.
Hata kama unatembea work around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. na hujalewa.
Yeah.
Atakusanya, anasema ni msako, tulipata drunk and disorderly. Ukifika station kama una 1,000, my friend, unafika kotini. Na anasema eti wasipopeleka hao ni statistics ni mbaya. Let me tell you, the person I fear the most. Kitambo nilikuwa naogopa daktari juu sindano naogopa. But nikikuwa mkubwa, ogopa karao.
Haya. Sawa sawa.
Ogopa kabisa, hutakuwa sure utafika mahali unaenda.
Haya, asante.
Thank you.
Mwalimu. Adiogopa karao. Kenyans, do you know your police officer is supposed to be your friend? Your local officer hapo anafaa kuwa best yako. What is this that happened that you carry that trauma with you till today? Do you feel safe? And what's your experience with a police officer? Ebu hit me up 0711 046 105. And by the way, big shout out to the prophecy. My very good friend, police officer. Prophecy, big shout out to you. But here's the thing. What is your experience with a police officer, and why is it that you fear them so much? Hit me up. It's what we're talking about this morning, about whether or not you feel safe around a police officer. Everyone has been going up in arms about this story that happened over the weekend. But that's besides the point. What I want to understand is surely, why is it Kenyans, when you see a cop walking down the road, approaching your direction, kuna kanjeve kana kushikanga? Yeah? There's a fear that is just there. That there's no trust between you and the police officer that you see in front of you. And like we're saying, si polisi ni rafiki. It's a service. Why can't you feel safe around them? Why? I really need to know what happened. 0711 046 105 is my number. Talk to me. Classic 105. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well.
Sasa,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. Hello?
Hello. Yeah, continue.
Wewe mwenyewe, you spend some time in a medical training environment.
Yes.
You know how hard you need to hit your head on the wall to sustain an injury that can kill you.
Mm.
That is true.
Uh-huh.
So now with that in mind, how do you expect me to trust such a police officer?
What do you mean?
It's very difficult to trust someone who tells you
Yeah.
someone just stood up,
Mm.
hit his head on the wall, and he sustained an injury that killed him. What a stupid explanation.
That matter is still under investigation.
But
So,
they already explained themselves and gave out a public statement and told us this guy hit his head on the wall and he sustained an injury that killed him. They already produced a statement like that. We are not speculating. Now, with such an information, unaweza niamini hawa watu?
so you can never trust a police officer.
Personally, I am not. I am not going to.
Okay. Hi.
Yes.
Sawa sawa, asante.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Talk to me.
I want to participate in the conversation.
Wewe unaogopa karao?
These Karaos bana, they look for makosa for you, even when you are not in the wrong.
What do you have? Tell me your story. Have you had an experience?
Yes,
What happened?
like I'm just coming from work.
Uh-huh.
It's around 8, unajua tao inspection inaanza mapema.
Eh.
And now the madam is there. Wewe msichana unatoka wapi?
Sasa akakushika.
You're trying to convince them I am from work. And then she starts questioning you. Unafanya kazi wapi msichana?
Uh-huh.
You explain everything, and in the end they will carry you in their inspection van.
Panda hapa.
Eh?
Yes.
So you managed to get out eventually?
Now the following day, after you have given them something, ya macho,
Eh.
yet you are hukuwa na makosa, ni saa 2 wewe uko kwa street, umetoka kazi, umewaelezea everything. But still they want to get something out of you.
Wasamehe.
That is why now you see police coming and you change your direction.
Okay. Sawa sawa.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mwalimu.
You know, hakuna jina mbaya kama kuitwa maabusu. Ushaitwa maabusu?
Hapana.
Unasikiaga umetolewa rights zako zote za mtu.
Yeah.
Maabusu ingia hapa. Umeona maabusu ingia hapa, mwambie toki yetu.
Hey.
Toki yetu mshipi.
Yeah.
We.
And you know those guys can carry you. One of them akikushika hapo kwa trouser kwa mshipi hapa. Unainuliwa na utaingia hiyo lori.
Utashika hiyo kamba.
Why is this fear there? And me, I would love for Kenyans to let me know today whether or not you feel safe when you see a police officer. Because ideally, you're supposed to be feeling, now, hapa kuna mtu anaweza nigusa. That's like personal security. Keep calling 0711046105. And also, if you've had an experience that caused this trauma for you, our morning conversation where we're discussing about this inherent fear that Kenyans have of police officers. And I keep wondering to myself whether or not you feel safe as a Kenyan when you see an officer. Because their slogan is utumishi kwa wote. They are there to protect you, your property. So why do you fear them? Do you fear something that is there to protect you? And it's what I really want to understand. Do you feel safe around police officers? What's your experience? Hit me up 0711046105. Talk to me.
This is George.
Yes, George.
My polisi si watu wazuri.
Kwa nini?
Polisi si watu wazuri. Actually mimi naishi around Umoja 3. But venye polisi wanafanya kwanza kuna hizi mapolisi hii iko post ya Umoja hii kwa maji. Kuna polisi hizi kakuhudumia mpaka umpatie do.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious. There's a certain lady Msomali alikuwa anataka kujidunga na kisu kwa nyumba yangu. So nilidrive gari yangu. Nikapaka mpaka kando, nikaenda hapo police station kuambia kuna msichana kwa pale kwa gari yangu, munisaidie at least tumtoe. Wakasema mwezi mtoa mpaka niwapatie pesa, na alisema mpaka mbele ya police inspector mwenye ako in charge of post ya kwa maji post hapo, imagine.
Guy.
So anasema kitu kama hiyo na mbele ya mkubwa yake, unaona? Au watu wanatafutianga watu makosa sana, wanataka tu kukunyonya tu.
So ukiona polisi unaenda njia tofauti?
Mimi hata sasa niko Embakasi na renew driving license because sitaki issue. Kuna mwingine alinishika hata natoka Siaya kwetu. Unaniuliza unatoka wapi na ushachukua do yangu? Juu nimebeba tu mtu mmoja kwa gari extra. Watu si watu wazuri wallahi. Mimi polisi namchukua polisi mmoja ako kwa familia yetu, lakini mimi polisi nachukia. Polisi si watu wazuri wallahi. In fact pale Kasarani atakuja kuangalia mambo ya yes ni kazi yake anaangalia, lakini mtu mwenye anakutafutia tu makosa.
Okay.
Polisi si watu wazuri.
Sawa. Asante.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, my brother?
I'm very well.
Good. Salimia Kingangi hapo.
Msalimika.
Now, this police force, we have some absolutely beautiful characters.
Yes.
But they are the minority. The majority are rotten to the core. Sometimes you have something that is so basic, it is so pedestrian that even a 2-year-old would be able to sort it. But because you have an altercation with somebody who is not reasoning, you need an arbiter, right?
Yes.
A cop comes in.
Yes.
And they are unable to reason, they are unable to, sort out a small issue, and yet they are supposed to be helping us keep the law. Sometimes you are arrested for such a flimsy reason like, you are stopped for a flimsy reason like one of your taillights is not working.
Yeah.
I believe you know how much a taillight costs.
Yes.
The bulb itself. It's like 100 bob, right?
Yes.
That's the taillight, the bulb itself. But somebody, because it's not working, wants you to pay them 1,000 shillings. What for? So why will we not fear them?
So for you,
why will we not fear them?
For you, when you see a police officer, you get uneasy.
Well, I nowadays I have grown a thick skin. So what I do when somebody stops me, a policeman stops me and they go around my car looking at the tires, which are good. Then they tell me, they do me, inaitwa PE. They do use some very silly exercises. Can you the brakes? Can indicator? If they find one is not working, I don't bribe them. Because for 100 shillings, somebody wants 1,000. I normally tell them, give me 10 minutes, let me go fix it there, then I come back. That's not a traffic offense. It's not supposed to be a traffic offense.
Okay.
But because we have allowed them to exploit us, that is where the fear comes in. You see a policeman, you get afraid. If we stood up to them, there is nothing that they can do. Because fight for your right. Me, that is what I believe. Fight for your right. Ukishikwa na makosa, kubali umeshikwa. Then from there you can deal. But some of these things, they they make everything an offense. Everything. Uliendesha gari vibaya. Na hukuendesha vibaya. Gari yako haina taa moja haiwaki. It's an offense.
Haya. Sawa.
Taya imeisha.
Kwani tunawafanyia kazi?
Haya ndugu yangu. Sawa. Asante.
Kenyans to stand up for their rights.
Okay. Mwalimu ushaishikwa?
Mara mingi sana.
Yeah.
Hakuna mtu wa Islands hajai kutana na askari.
I remember there was a time people used to be arrested with dreadlocks. Ukipatikana uko na dread, ulikuwa unanyakwa.
Hiyo nyakwa
Manyakwa.
Wewe ni shengi ya kitambo. Hiyo na ponyi.
Why don't you have the final word? Hit me up on 0711046105. Today I want to understand. Kenyans, why do you fear the police? In Mwalimu's words, police ni rafiki. Yes. Unafaa kumwona unamwambia vipi maikuzo. Vipi kuzo.
Police FC wanachukua ligi.
I want to get your final thoughts on our morning conversation. Something that, for me, I keep wondering why a lot of Kenyans say they don't feel safe whenever they see a police officer. I don't understand why. For some people, they say they've had really, really crazy experiences with the officers of the law. But why is that fear there? In Mwalimu's words, polisi anafaa kuwa rafiki. But right now, today, a lot of us, when we see the cops even on the road, or even just we're walking around in our neighborhoods, and you see a police officer walking your way, you walk the other way. I need to understand why. Why don't you have the final word? 0711046105. Talk to me.
Mike Mundu.
Yes, good morning.
Morning to you. I hope umeamuka salama.
Nimeamuka shwari kabisa.
Hata mimi niko shwari hapo. Na kuuliza mwalimu anasema tukue marafiki akina nani?
Polisi ni rafiki, ni kuzo.
Mimi hata kwanza wacha kukimbia. Mimi na wachukia hata ni rahisi kupigana na yeye.
But why?
Na machungu yangu ilitoka kuna miaka maisha yetu ilikuwa chini. My mother and my grandmother walikuwa wanatumia kikezo ya pombe haramu kutuletea riziki kwa meza. Kuna wakati walikuja wakapiga nyanya yangu vibaya sana. Hiyo kitu iliniuma na ikaniaffect nikiwa mtoto karibu kwa miaka 7 hapo. Hata waleo sinanga urafiki. Hata kwa akinisimamisha na simama kama nimeshakuwa akifika tu hivi ngumi. Kupambana na hapo. So wacha kusema atakukimbia. Mimi na wachukia na waeti kabisa. Hata kuna wale wenye wanaitwa maefada wako pale. Wakikuja kwa familia tukikaa naona kalianza mbali. Because akianza tunamuuliza unataka kunifika hapo vita itaanza. Hiyo kamati yenye tulikuwa tumetengeneza ya familia itaharibikia hapo juu yangu. Siwapendi kabisa, siwapendi. Mimi na wachukia kabisa. Hata sikagai kusikia hiyo jina. Yaliaras my grandmother bako mama nyanyangu alikufa na machungu makali sana kwa hii mkoti ya miguu. So mimi na wachukia kabisa, hata sikagai kusikia hiyo.
Haya. Sawa. Haya, thank you.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm very well, my dear. Talk to me.
Well, about the conversation you're having today, I wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, it's very sad that that young man had to die in police custody. I don't think any life should ever be lost in their hands because they are there to serve and protect us.
Very true.
But then why are we always afraid? I'll give you an example. This morning, I'm driving to work. There's a bit of traffic on my road towards Mombasa Road. And the traffic cop just stops me and tells me, why are you overlapping? So I look at him in shock and I'm like, I've not overlapped. I saw your car overlapping. So we get into this small argument and I'm like, my friend, the vehicle that overlapped was a Mazda that was before me, and I quoted the number plate. And he was adamant it was me. And in my head, I'm looking at him and I'm like, why would you insist on something that is not right and want me to take fall for it? So eventually it went well. I remained calm. I think I've learned over time to remain calm.
Yeah.
But then I think why a lot of us are so afraid of them is because their first interaction with you is not really to help, but to like find fault.
Oh, it's accusatory.
A week ago, my driver was picking me from the airport, and he's a new guy, so he didn't know where to park. And then he asked for instructions and directions, and some cab guys over there. I'm looking at him from a distance, and some cab guys showed him where to park. I didn't know that was apparently a reserved parking for a DCIO. This is at Wilson.
Yes.
And my guy was booked, Mike. He tried to explain. He tried to say he didn't know. I tried to say it. They asked us for 5,000 Kenya shillings to make it go away. I was like, you know what? If he did the wrong thing, just ticket him up. We'll go to court. He'll learn. We move on from there. But then this was a very genuine mistake. He didn't even park there for more than 5 minutes.
Guy.
So I guess a lot of us, I'll speak for myself. The interactions I've had with police is not first instinct to help you, but to like find fault and make you pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that, huh?
Thank you. Have a great day. I'm sure there are great ones out there. I'm just yet to meet one, and I hope I do soon so that I can come back and say there's one or two that are doing well.
Okay. I'm sure they're
right.
there. And Mwalimu, me, I know of a few.
Yeah.
A few very well-mannered, good police officers. And they've assisted me in so many situations that nowadays I even call them my friends. Every once in a while namrushia na kitu naambia go have nyama hapo kwa mess.
Yes.
Not all of them are bad.
Those few.
They are just a few bad apples.